y'all need to pay attention.
I bought a Boston butt and I divided it up, and I took all the fattiest pieces. I have more in here already ready to go. Make a nice big batch of ground sausage, breakfast sausage.
Shh, don't tell Laura, we're sneaking in. Y'all need to pay attention to this though, because when it's done, it's so easy and it's so delicious. So hit the like button, throw the comments in the bottom so Laura will make more goodies for me. And we'll see you later.
Everyone, welcome to my kitchen. This is Laura with Sold on RV Life, and today I am going to make some breakfast sausage from scratch. We've been saving pieces of pork from the ribs that Oli makes, and then also when I had a pork roast the other day, so I chopped up the extra pieces that were a little bit more fatty, so I didn't use it in the recipe I used the other day. I think I have about 4 pounds of, and I have a whole bunch here that I just thawed out. And so we'll be getting to that in a minute, but before I really get started and get all the rest of the equipment out, I'm going to put together my spices. And today will be the first time I use this brand new, well not new, new to me, KitchenAid. It's a coffee grinder, but I use it to grind my spices. And I got this at the little thrift store here at the RV park. So every weekend the thrift store is open, and so I found this really cool, and it's a KitchenAid. I think I got it for like $2, so we're gonna try it out. I have a grinder already that I've been using, but I've had it for a long time, so I thought maybe I'd try this one. It has a little bit bigger cup and stainless steel, so let's try it out. I like to line up all my spices just because that way maybe I won't forget anything and mess up the recipe. My recipe I did get on the internet quite a few years ago. It just says homemade breakfast sausage, and again it comes from my little notebook that I brought along, and that is seen in another video about what I packed in my kitchen. Anyway, this recipe says 2 pounds of ground pork or Boston butt, and so I haven't ground it yet, so it's probably, I weighed it in this form and it came out to be about 4 pounds. So this recipe, what we're going to use is some salt, pepper, rub sage, fennel, garlic powder, rosemary, thyme, cayenne, and a little bit of cloves. So, but I'm going to do a double batch because again this is for 2 pounds and I believe I have about 4 pounds here. So we're going to get started. So I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of this pink Himalayan salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of ground sage, 2 teaspoons of fennel. And that's why I grind everything, so there aren't any big chunks of spices in the end. Some people don't like the big pieces of the fennel. Alright, so now we're going to do 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, dash of cayenne, and cloves. Going to put the lid on, going to grind it up. Oh, it smells so it smells good, but powdery. There you have it. Smells so good. Oh, now it's going to be time to get out the KitchenAid and all of my attachments that I use to grind my pork. So we'll be back with you in just a few minutes. You know, these things are not inexpensive, but they have, I have got my money's worth, that's for sure. When I grind my pork, I grind it twice. The first time I grind it with a larger blade, and the second time I do it with a smaller blade. So we have one with this size holes, and we have one with this size holes. So I do this one first, and generally I do it again. I need it. Screw that in good and tight. Blade goes on there. Size. And then they give you a handy dandy thing to take it on with. Another piece of equipment that I like to have on hand are rubber gloves. You know, because I want it to be as sanitary as possible, even though, you know, I don't sell it or anything like that, but sometimes I do give it away. I want to have it as neat as possible. I'll use it occasionally. I also need to go through and make sure that this meat is cut into easier chunks to fit in my grinder. These are trimmings from pork ribs. So I always buy the whole rib, and then Oli trims it down, because then I get to save all the extra pieces, and it makes it very nice, because then I get all these beautiful pieces of pork. Done with that. Let's get to grinding. All right. Oh, gotta plug it in first. That always helps. Drop it in there. Now this might seem like a really long process, but once you get set up, it isn't. And of course, I'm trying to show step by step, otherwise I'd be just throwing it all together. We have 5 pounds, 12, almost 5 pounds, 13 ounces here. So that is a lot of ground pork. So what I want to do is I'm going to run this through a second time. But I'm going to, actually I'm going to use this big bowl so I can mix it up when we're done. Don't lose any. This is like gold. Isn't it gorgeous? Can raw meat be gorgeous? I guess it depends on who you ask. I've never worked in a butcher shop, I did work for a grocery chain for a very long time, and one of my jobs when I first started was cleaning the meat department. I got to clean the grinder and the meat grinder and all the things. I learned a lot. All right, let's go. Oops, it doesn't feel good. Let's tighten this down. And we're just going to run this through a second time. Now the next day, and I am going to package up the sausage that we made yesterday. I'm going to show you how I do it because we live in the RV. I did not bring my Seal-A-Meal vacuum packing system that I had in our house when we had the house. So I've had to devise a new plan. It works okay. So what I end up doing is I end up wrapping it in cellophane first, and then I put it in a Ziploc bag, and then I put it in another freezer bag to and then pack a few in there. Hopefully it'll keep it from getting freezer burnt. I'm going to package it up in about half-pound packages, just because there's the two of us. That way if I need more, I can grab 2 packages or what have you, and then I will make sure that I use my gloves. So let's turn the camera around and get busy wrapping up the sausage. All right, let's get the glove. You will notice, or you may have noticed, maybe you don't care, but I am left-handed. So every time I do this, sometimes I'll get on the wrong side of the camera, and I got to remember that. Oftentimes, you can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to unwrap the meat. It has gotten lots of time to kind of absorb all of those flavors. And so what we're going to do is I have my handy-dandy scale here, and I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to weigh it in pounds. Come on, pounds. And then I will have some of this here. Basically what I do is I grab a handful of it. And if I can get good at it, now see that's no, that's 7 ounces. So right there is a little over 8 ounces. So what I do is I take it and I wrap it up like this. And then I kind of make it into a, kind of squish it into a little tube looking thing. And then I just do that. And then when I'm done, I will put them all in another bag, and then I'll put it in another bag to keep it from, hopefully from getting freezer burnt over time. But when I get done with this, I'll have to disinfect the camera. I thought. Anyway, so I'm going to put these in here. I'm not going to label them necessarily because I know they're all exactly the same. Now, if I was to give them any away, which I don't think I'll be doing this time because this should last us a good 6, well, maybe even longer than 6 months. How many did I end up with? Well, who can do the math? You can remember what I started out with. I don't remember because that was yesterday for me. But I believe I had about 5 pounds. And, often what I'll do first when things are unfrozen is I will lay them out carefully by themselves so that they're not compact. Oh, how many did I get? I forgot to count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half-pound packages. So or I'm sorry, I had 10 half-pound packages. Each one of these is 1 pound. So it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds of sausage out of all of that. Basically, some of it was just waste from the pork trimmings. So there we had it. We ended up with 5 pounds. All right, 5 packages, 5 pounds of quality homemade breakfast sausage. Because if you remember, I did weigh it all. I'll have to go back and watch the video so I can remember what I did yesterday, which is crazy. Anyway, I really appreciate you hanging out with me today and making sausage in my little RV kitchen. Always a pleasure to bring you along with my homemaking in my everyday life in an RV. I hope you come back next time and join me, as who knows what we're going to get up to. I've got a lot of ideas and I have a lot of film waiting to be put into videos. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification button so that you'll be alerted every time Sold on RV Life puts out a new video. Till the next time, we'll see you later.